Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Old Hickory 12, you first up in the room. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So now's the perfect time. Don't forget now. Hit that goddamn like button. And please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And don't say share this video because it's going to be heavy right here. Right? It's something I'm freestyle. I've been thinking on it a while. I was like, yo, it's on my mind pretty strong now. I only got like an hour to wreck it. So, yeah, we can get busy and stuff. We're going to have my main man, Nate Springfield, up in the house as usual. You know what I'm saying? Doing the do. Yeah, what we going to be talking about, why are some, not a lot, some of these white Christians investing in so much real estate into debunking the Hebrew Israelites? Are they really doing it because God said to? So with that, we play my little screen music.
Man portrayed on the screen so vividly that you flinch. This man showed no mercy in the pursuit and interrogation of his victim.
He's showing no mercy.
The Witchfinder General.
I like what? Come on in here, y'all. Old Hickory 12. I like that name. Yo, Nate, got this link.
Y'all can get your heads locked, spin away like frisbee. Intelligent sees trace.
Can't trust it. No.
Get rocked. Mountaintops go fly. Fight enough. Yet I'm so nice when I expose. Fuck y'all clothes. Costume shop.
There you go, Nate. Come on in, y'all. Hit that like button on the way in.
So grab a switch. I'ma scold my foes cause they snitch. Since they can't ruin me, I'ma ruin them.
I'ma ruin them.
Still spin. Burning witches in they sin. You can't lie.
Right.
I know what y'all said. Just as flesh decay, but eternally, I don't see it that way. Pave the road clear is what you said. But your cult gonna be dead. Claim God don't know you. Watch your desires overthrow you. Man fall down, man go boom.
Man go boom.
Wearing like doom. All caps like y'all yelling. That's a rap. Might as well be felons. Y'all words are lepers. On YouTube, acting precious. This the nexus. Feel the sun from the solar plexus. Taste the breakfast. Finding all those devices that detect us. Yo, show respect, cuz.
And what line of business might you be in?
God's business. Witch finding.
Witch finding. Oh, that's
Y'all
nice. That's
looking for that next buzz or some hugs. Watch the general pull plugs. Internet warriors caught up in dark corridors. Fiction like Mordor.
Come on, y'all. Come on in.
Lord, y'all know no origins. Laugh at orphans, even though we got royal blood coursing. No more horsing. Real life's more important. Y'all speaking curses on yourself. Claiming God and no one else. Blast you off the shelf. Burn your whole library. I see him do it. Look, y'all claiming learn. Reading from the Jewish books. Y'all some cookie crooks. Lips caught up with a hook.
That's right.
Spooky beats drive me wild. Get stabbed from a knife holding child. Old man, old style.
Man, old style.
Out the Nile. And I did it with a smile.
Oh, really, y'all get that link. Come on in here.
Rock like Hendrix at the aisle. After a while, see Egyptians on trial. Yeah, you, the one claiming brew. Unglued and unruly. Expose their actions fully. Call me a bully, but that's fine. This is how you get bullied straight from the mind. Burning them. Sweet cats out there.
Burn them up.
They claim they read all this, that they know all this. Claiming they speaking languages, speaking curses.
Be the first to see it. Be the first to talk about it. The Witchfinder General. Man's in.
You goddamn right. What up, Nate?
Not a whole lot, man. It's just interesting you're covering this topic.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do out here and stuff. I gotta cover all angles. You know what I'm saying? This shit. You gotta keep an eye on them, goddamn it. Like Public Enemy said in the song, Can't trust it. Oh, no. Can't trust it. Can't trust it, goddamn it. Can't trust it. So, I know I talked to you about 15, 20 minutes ago and stuff about the show I was going to do today. And you was right on time with it, with what I was thinking and stuff. And I just been noticing how there are a lot of Christians are getting into this thing of debunking Hebrew Israelites, right? Shout out to the Christians out there that are ex-Hebrew Israelites, right? That turn Christian, that turn whatever and stuff, and they out here fighting the devil. Know what I'm saying? And getting this cult out of the way, right? And over here, I don't discriminate. A cult is a cult, and a cult is a cult. If you said it's a cult, it's a cult. Right? My name's the Witch Finder General, the cult buster. You got a witch burning that behind up every damn time. So don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in here. Subscribe if you can. There's been some that been invested a lot of real estate in this shit. And it got me like kind of puzzled as the reason that they doing it. You know what I mean? And I can see you standing up for the gospel, standing up for your belief in the Bible and stuff. I can understand that. But it seems like there's a lot that are like honing in on this Hebrew Israelite thing. Now, what's the reason? Because you got Jehovah's Witnesses out there. You got the Babylon Pentecostals. You got the Mormons. You got all these other cults out here. And believe me, there's more white cults than there's black cults, right? And it seems like they're all just gravitating towards these Hebrew Israelites. And like what I always said about the Hebrew Israelites that go at other Hebrew Israelites hard, just like we see with GMS, right? They had all the real estate for the Hebrew Israelites on YouTube, right? They had a what they call it? They had the what they call this shit? I forgot the word I'm looking for, but they was the main ones at one time, and then the other ones got to see it. Like, shit, I can do this too. And what do? A lot of them don't know how long I've been around. I know a lot. Most of these major Hebrew Israelite groups, I know these leaders personally. I know who they are and what they do. They try to go at the other ones, say, for instance, GMS with the rape doctrine. Remember that? Oh, they mess with little kids. They can sleep with 12-year-old girls, right? But I'm looking at them like, you believe that shit too. You've been taught that too, and you believe it, right? So, but to the media and stuff, they can say these things about this group just to get them out the way, to make room for them to make money, right? Now, that's always gonna happen, but I see that now. Some of these white Christians have a problem with black people saying they the Israelites, right? Now, historically, maybe not, right? Maybe not. There could be a chance somehow, right? Because, a lot of them leave out some scriptures too, that he can erase all of this from us, right? That's one thing that we was taught, that God would erase all of this from us, of knowledge of knowing who we are, right? Now, with black slaves, the African Americans that are here in this country today were brought here on these damn slave ships, right? From whatever date to 1803, 1804, or whatever, when they stopped shipping their behinds over there, and then it was smuggling some, right? A lot of these slaves was already Christian before they even got on the boat. And we see through stories, documentaries, autobiographies, all this type of stuff, we see that the African slaves that was in this horrible predicament here in what we call the United States of America, they had faith in God, the God of the Bible, right? No matter where they got the information from, was it from the slave master or they learned it? They was Christians before they even got on the boat. And they always identified themselves with the children of Israel. Swing low, sweet chariot. Remember that? Right? And a lot of other little songs talk about we going home. We going on home. The Lord coming to get us. Coming to get his people. Let my people go. Right? Now, which is true, who else on this earth can identify with that? There's other people that's been put in horrible predicaments for lots of years, hundreds of years, right? But if you go anywhere on God's green earth, all this dirty water, even a damn fish gonna bear witness. And you ask them, who do you know closest resemble these people of Israel? They can say them niggas that was brought here on the damn slave ship. Right? Now, that's one thing that made it so easy for a lot of Black Americans to accept. And not only that, a lot of Black Christians to accept.
Oh, can I just say something?
Go ahead,
can I just say something real quick? It wasn't just Americans that fell for this. This is the part that's really going to blow your mind. You've heard of Jonestown, but I bet you've never heard of the cult that took over the place where Jonestown was.
No, I didn't. I never heard of it.
There actually was a Hebrew Israelite cult that took up, they made their home exactly where Jonestown was, and they were close to the government of Guyana.
Wait, I think I did hear something like that before.
So I believe I did. There was an American who left America and went to Guyana, and he started telling people that they were the lost children of Israel.
Oh shit! I gotta look into that, baby. I believe I heard that before.
Yeah, it's some crazy stuff, but the thing is, they buried so much of this info. And it's even crazier because the CIA tried to tap into something like that because they must have seen something in it. Mm-hmm. They went down to Angola and they got all these guys that were like Angolan, mercenaries.
Yep.
And they tried to sell them to train them as mercenaries to go fight against, I think it was the Portuguese that were down there. And they tried to get them to fight the Portuguese. It was a crazy thing because you had a cult and you had the CIA propping up these people.
I actually knew a guy that's ex Angolan military. But yeah, that's interesting.
But the weird thing is that was called the project to turn these Angolans into soldiers. It was called the Shalom Project.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, so are you saying that the CIA or whatever these people are might have said, damn, this shit that they kicking here is pretty damn strong. This drink that they serve it is pretty damn strong, and it might make some traction, more traction than we can handle?
I would say yes, and the reason for that is because the cult that I mentioned originally, they got into the government to the point where they were able to be like enforcers for the government. Okay. So what's weird is the president, the dictating president, all he had to do was call up this like cult, and they would go and beat up whoever he wanted to beat up, or they would shoot people. I mean, they were crazy.
All right, but like we see today that we got some like this James White guy who I've been doing like I keep files on these motherfuckers. I've been keeping files on them now. How this man lied about his damn credentials and stuff, like he got like some kind of made up doctorate. So the nigga really
he's a weird dude himself. Like the weird thing about him is I heard about him when I was watching videos about ex-Muslims. And this isn't that him going against the Hebrew Israelites isn't the first time he's gone against a rival religion.
Yeah.
Just like Hebrew Israelites, Islam has enough elements from Christianity in it that it makes it where that they can even have a dialogue in the first place. So what they do, people like James White, is they go after people that they can actually have somewhat of a dialogue with. And the purpose is to convince the listeners that they need to listen to them. So it's like cult against cult.
Navy. There you go. Cult against cult. So, like I said, like this, people like I like anybody that helps the Witchfinder General. You know what I'm saying? The other Witchfinders out there. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself. Help us with this task that we have, right? But some of them have, it seems like some kind of underground motive, agenda, or whatever, to the reason that they're doing it. And there's a lot of them that are prospering off of this, right? And if, like I've said, I would be the first time, I said it more than once, that I'm warning y'all white folk of what this shit could turn into for y'all. Know what I'm saying? But there's some out there that don't, like you said, it's a cult going against a cult. When you really sit back and look at what's going on. Like, I can see if somebody was in the cult going against the cult. I can see somebody that have a family member that's in the cult and they going against the cult. I can see somebody of the same nationality, race, or ethnicity, right? It makes sense. Now you, right? Nagy, people get out, you white. Nagy was in the goddamn Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
so
if someone has experience with something, then I'll never criticize them for speaking on it in a negative way, just like I was. But the thing that people will always lean back on is they'll say, well, it doesn't matter if I have experience. It's about the information. But sometimes experience is the best teacher.
You goddamn right. Yep.
So basically, for that reason, you can't, like, sometimes you can't speak on something without that added, I guess you could say force multiplier.
Yeah. So, like, it's crazy. And, like, you know what you were saying when you talk about on the phone. Remember I said I didn't get what you were saying, and then I said elaborate on a little bit more. Go ahead, speak on that for a little.
Yeah. A lot of these people that that are going against the Hebrew Israelites, I spoke about those types of people in a video on my channel not too long ago. And what I did is I showed that many of them have the same characteristics as the cult leaders that are openly considered cult leaders. So what I did is I showed that these people not only are, manipulating others in a similar way, in many cases they really do the same things. It's really weird. It really will hurt the credibility of certain people when you think, wow, these guys are just trying to get people into their group. It's not like they want to, keep people safe. And this isn't something new. This actually started in the 90s, I believe. Because a lot of the early anti-cult people were exactly who I was talking about in that video about the Protestant Reformation and Reformers.
Right.
They were the same kind of people. So, like, one of the books that I remember was Kingdom of the Cults. And most of the book is attacking non-Christian religions. It was the guy who wrote it was some stripe of Christian, but he somehow was slandering a whole bunch of religions that had nothing to do with his.
Right.
And that was early anti-cult, activists, because they were just going at it with, well, they go against common Christian beliefs, so it must be a cult.
Right. Yep. And when you look behind the wall, they doing the same damn thing. They got the same damn beliefs. Now, I have to say this. I was a supporter of them, but now I'm looking at them mad funny. Vocab Malone. I'm looking at them mad funny right now. Right? Now, you heard me say a bunch of times. I used to defend him. I used to be like, yo, don't say that about that man because he's doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Right? And it's true. And I'll still say that today. Right? But I come in to look at, I'm like, what's his thing out of this? Why is he doing this? Why is he going so hard? I remember one time they demonetized his channel or something. They demonetized, and he looked like he about to cry. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, then the book's coming out, and then like some of the information like he coming out with, like, that shit ain't right. Like, that shit not even true. And there was one of his people that down with him, I guess you could say, trying to check me on some info. I'm like, who the fuck is you, nigga? Like, I was in the group. Like, you hearing stuff third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth hand. I was in here with these motherfuckers. These niggas been in my house.
Yeah, like, yeah. That's the difference. That's the difference. But I got to say this about Vocab Malone. Now that you brought him to the forefront, he's a problem. Like, he is a real problem. Because if you look at the thing that he doesn't tell you he's a part of, for a good reason, of course, he's a Calvinist. He's a Calvinist, and he probably believes that he's the only one who's going to heaven.
Just like the Hebrew Israelites. Now, I had to look into this a while back, nigga. I was like, yo. I'm like, I started reading. I'm like, what the fuck is a Calvinist? Like, you know what I'm saying? I looked it up. I'm like, well, goddamn, this is the same shit as the motherfucking Hebrew Israelites. I don't got a lot of time today.
It's a cult. It's a cult, too.
Yeah, I don't got a lot of time. We're going to continue this, but y'all going to look up Calvinist beliefs. What are y'all Hebrew Israelites? I'm not saying anybody else. Fuck that. The Hebrew Israelites, y'all go look up Calvinism. It tell me, if I'm lying, I'm flying, that their beliefs aren't the exact same. You can put them right next to each other. Put them right next to each other. That God only came for these people. He didn't come for all y'all. He came for these motherfuckers right here. Only these people can receive the gifts of God. Or whatever God got to give you.
And on top of that, you also have the character of John Calvin. Look at the character of John Calvin.
Right? Didn't he have his boy murdered?
I think what he did is even worse. He turned in one of his friends to the Inquisition.
Dirty bastard.
That's like if you're in a gang and you call the police on someone in your gang because you don't like what they did.
Yep.
Like I'm not talking about anything serious. I'm talking about like they cheated on your girl or something, or
right.
They went home with somebody that you were trying to go home with, that kind of thing. So you called the police on them. You snitched.
Yep. And it's wild, like, because I was like, God, then I looked at G-Man, right? G-Man really pulled out the spot, like, real talk. G-Man is the first Christian that I've seen actually go out and deal with the Hebrew Israelites face to face. You know, people can say whatever they want about G-Man. He did that. He's the first to do it. Then I saw a lot of brothers, some ex-Hebrew Israelites, right? Cherry Love. Now, Cherry Love, dude, excellent work. Excellent work. She ain't trying to get no damn money. Her channel was not monetized. She pushing up on 2,000 subscribers right now. She ain't putting no cash up on the screen. None of that shit. Right? She doing the gospel the best way that she know how. Right? Now, I remember there was something called Shield Squad. Right? Shield Squad was G-Man, Cherry Love, that weird nigga shit. I don't mean to say it like this, but the nigga he just seemed kind of off to me and shit. Is it Faithful to God? I think. My bad, Faithful to God, if the wrong person. If you that weird nigga, you think I'm talking about you? Yeah, I'm talking about you. So no smoke to that. Like, don't say I ain't trying to start no shit. I'm just saying, right? But it was kind of weird. Like, I seen it, and now I start go back and looking at the videos. I'm like, where the fuck did this nigga come from? Vocabulary come from? Like, where did he come from? Like, these dudes come out of left field. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, right? And then I remember there was a rap song that G-Man made a rap song, and it's to my best of my knowledge, they got on him about the song, saying it wasn't, I guess, godly. I listened to the song, and I'm like, nigga rapping. Like, who cares? Like, you gotta be rapping about Jesus just because you made a rap song? No, you gotta rap about no Jesus. Just because you been making a rap song and you Christian, you gotta rap about Jesus. Right? And it seemed like people were trying to push him out of the way, right? Then I come across another video where Vocab Malone had to step down. This is what I hear. This word on the street. Word on the street. Right? Well, you know what I mean when I say weird and shit. I'm trying to be nice and shit. This seems a little off. A little off. I'm not talking about what y'all might think I'm talking about. The nigga is, maybe it's just the picture that he put out there, the avatar. Maybe that's just what it is. And just like trying to match that with the voice and mirror and stuff. We're not talking about it. But you stupid, Seven. But you made me not gonna talk about. But they made him step down and see, because they said he was committing adultery. And I'm like, well, goddamn. The pot calling the kettle black. Do we have another case of another Hebrew Israelite doctrine? Is he picking up on the Hebrew Israelite doctrine? So if he's over here trying to get another wife, ain't that what the Hebrew Israelites do? And shouldn't your ass sit the fuck down? For a while? For a long time? If you call yourself out here doing it, you're supposed to be blameless. A nigga can't point the finger at you and say, look at this nigga here. Look at this motherfucker here. Right? So I'm confused. And it seemed like now I don't see them really together. So what happened? But I see one person climbing and the other ones are like on the plateau. And it don't seem like they're trying to collaborate with each other. Like me, how me and you go back and forth. You come on my stream, I come on your stream. Right? Know what I'm saying? You share a video, I share a video. Know what I'm saying? I mention you on a video, you mention me on a video. I don't see that no more. Maybe one of them could. That's what happened. But if you're Christian, you're Christian. You're supposed to be one body.
Yeah, the problem is that's not the way it is.
Yeah. Like, no saying you're supposed to be a Christian of any faith, and this is like you go look back at the black church, right? You see white people in the black church before you see black people in white church. Well, the ones that you see the black people sit up in the all white people church is usually cults. My phone on? No. And that's what I've seen for a long time. Me being Christian, growing up as a kid, we visited other churches. Like I had new people, white people who go to church that wasn't Catholic and stuff. And most of the white people I knew, they're Catholic, whether they practice or did. And we know them niggas was up in no damn Catholic church. We already know that. I was saying this to somebody just last night. I was like, yo, like black Americans know nothing about the Catholic religion, like absolutely nothing, unless you from Haiti or Dominican Republic, Jamaica, or some off-brand out of the country, out of the United States, black people, right? But like you were saying, like I was saying, that the cult be trying to get rid of the cults. And why are they honing in on the Hebrew Israelites? And now they want to use things like anti-Semitic now, right? Anti-Semitic has to do with language. It don't have nothing to do with like in reality. It has to do with language, not biblical characters, like, you know what I mean? Not biblical nations and stuff. Because like a lot of those nations that are in the Bible, the people never even existed. Like that shit made up. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people that are in the Bible are actually historical nations or tribes, whatever the hell you want to call them. But I feel something is weird. Something's real strange. And like P said, can't trust it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all this money that's being made, is this going back into the community that you supposed to be cleaning up? So if you holding in on black people, right? What else are you doing? Because you gotta have faith in works. You can't have both. You can't have this one. You gotta have both. Right?
Yeah, the problem is
invited to the barbecue on the 4th of July.
Yeah. The problem is many of these people that are going against the Hebrew Israelites, it's in part because of some sort of racism they have. And
like, don't say he a rapper. He a rapper from Arizona. Like, no, who the fuck would listen to somebody from Arizona rapping? Especially a white guy from Arizona rapping. Like, I don't care. Y'all call me racist. Whatever. Nobody will listen to that shit.
That's kind of weird, but I'll tell you, when I think of Arizona or New Mexico, I think of Breaking Bad. I don't think of rap.
Now, they said that he had a friend, well, supposedly a friend that he worked with, and this guy did a terrorist attack, or what they would call a terrorist, but what they call the thing, or mass shooting, right? And this person was a black African American that was Muslim. I believe it was Sunni Muslim or whatever, Shiite, whatever too, right? But he wasn't no NOI or whatever. And I guess they used to go back and forth at work. You know what I mean? Talking about different religions, Allah, he talking about Jesus and all this stuff, right? And then it comes out that this man, I guess, invited him to his mosque, or Vocab knew about his mosque, and now this is your friend. This video of this, of Vocab Malone doing an IUIC move, sitting out in front of the mosque, handing out flyers about Jesus. Handing out flyers about Jesus. I don't think there's nobody in the scriptures where Jesus told you to do that.
Yeah, Jesus never said to go to the people that that arguably believe in him as well. That's the weird part. That's where people really don't understand Islam.
And then they say something like, if they don't accept you, just bye. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to beat them in the head with this.
Yeah, shake the dust off your feet and leave. Don't
right.
stick around.
And the man, it had the guy on the video was disgusted. Like, basically, like, why are you doing this? This is what I believe is the truth. You got what you believe is the truth. Now, you're stopping these people from coming into the mosque by trying to steer them away by handing them out these papers. Some of the people walk right by. I was like, I don't want to do that. Some people walked by and took it, right? And threw it away. Some people walked by and took it. And then the man, his friend, took it from him. Like, no, stay out of the path. They're like, yeah, you're right, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Went on up in the mosque. Did that man go there with a whole box of Qurans and go sit in front of his church?
It would have been funny, but no, he didn't.
But you know how many people jumped on? These same Christians jumped on IUIC for standing in front of that Christian church and telling the people like, yo, your pastor lying to you.
See, that's the funny thing. There's hypocrisy. It's it's okay for me, but not for thee type thinking.
Yeah, and I want to see, like, and what do you have for the people? Because you can't just have the Bible.
They don't really have any.
Sister Cherry, right? Sister Cherry, I see her on the channel, right? For a reason, right? For a reason. I don't put all the business stuff out there, right? But he doubted the work that she put in. Right to the face. I was like, what? And like, Sister Cherry got people, she said hundreds of women that have been abused by Hebrew Israelites and afraid to talk about it. And I've come through that myself. Most of the women, a lot of the guys too, that I get messages from all the time, they do not want to come public with this. But when you got a woman getting beat up, coming over there, Sister Cherry taking care of them. Whether they might need some bread for something, while they might need a place to stay and be safe for a minute until they get things straightened out, they can get out on their feet. She doing that. And this man sat out there and was like, I don't know about that. You know, with this little smirky, like the white dude, like, you know, the white man and some doubt you, said, well, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
You know how a dog, you talk to a dog, and the dog turn his head and shit? I looked at that motherfucking screen, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. If someone's doing something good, I'll never criticize that. But when someone starts talking about things that you know they have no education in, then I'll get them then.
and this work supposed to be about being a good person, charity. When you're a good Christian, right? Jesus don't say what I say. He said, do what I do. Know what I'm saying? Jesus loved everybody. He sitting there and he straighten the nigga out when he get a little crooked. And like I watched it, what is it, the book of John? I watched it the other night. And I was like, yo, this heavy as hell. This is going over a lot of people's heads. You know what I'm saying? If somebody had faith in Christ, that should be it. You know what I'm saying? But these people are like, they're not. It's just weird. It's off. Like I feel it in my gut, something up. Like there's something wrong. There's something going on. That just not sitting with me right. And people, I don't care y'all support him. I don't care how y'all feel about this shit. I really don't give a fuck. But y'all gonna see in due time. But back to the Muslim thing, right? This man goes to somewhere, I forgot where it was, and shot up the place. Vocab's so-called friend that he worked with went somewhere and shot the goddamn place up. I don't know how many people he killed or wounded or whatever. But it was a major thing, and they put him up on the news and shit for being his friend. And I'm thinking in my head, was you really his friend? Because if somebody a different faith or something like that, right? Just like with me, but I said it a million times, but I say Hebrew Israelite, I have white friends. And white friends do what I believe.
It's kind of strange that
it ain't nothing changed between.
It's kind of strange that his friend would go and shoot up the place without saying anything about it. It's like, does that even make sense that he would just not say anything, that he was planning to do it?
Wait, say that again, Nick. I'm sorry.
Does it make sense that that guy would just do that without ever letting Vocab Malone know about his plan to do it? Like, you know, like if I was going to do something, you know, not illegal, but if I was going to do something like as simple as, you know, invest in something, I'd probably tell you about it.
Could somebody like that make you mad enough to want to go do something like that?
Oh, yeah, that could be.
I'm looking at this man as my friend, and he's going to go do this? You know what I mean? To me, or whatever, go to my mosque and try to get people out, get me in trouble. Because, you know, he probably done talk to the imam about him and all this shit. And the imam looking at him and saying, look at your friend. Look what your boy doing. Look at what your boy doing. I bet if he went out there, they probably would call the goddamn police. I remember one time, Vocab they talking some shit, and they threatened him. And he want to call the police. Hold on. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Threatening to call the police is kind of a, you know, sign of weakness. Lack of character, especially in that kind of situation. If you're someone that goes and provokes something, you shouldn't do that. I don't know. I can't respect that. Not at all.
Yeah, it is bugged out.
I think that's like, you know, if you're a man and you're going to go and provoke somebody, you should be a man and take the consequences.
Yeah.
Like, physical or otherwise. I mean, even if they just get in your face, you know, don't start yelling about, I'm going to call 911. I'm going to get the police here.
Right.
And hopefully,
keep that energy.
And hopefully Black Lives Matter, you know, some stupid
that's like having a bitch and shit, talking to you, scratching your face and all this shit, and you push her out the way and she calls the police.
Yeah, she calls the police. It's a domestic dispute.
Yep.
Well, good. Let's make it one. I hope they get here fast. You start like, I hope they get here fast.
All that shit to me. I'm like, you can come here if you want, but you ain't gonna leave the same way you came. You can have a couple ways you leave.
Basically.
And I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6.
Sometimes it's that way.
That's just what it is. But it's bugged out. But I gotta run and stuff. I got too much time. Thanks, Judah Love. I ain't nobody damn elder and shit. I ain't that guy. But like, I'm just a motherfucker out here to say how I feel it. Y'all don't have to agree. I'm not making y'all agree with me or none of that. Like I said that before. I ain't nobody daddy. I ain't nobody priest. I ain't nobody teacher. None of that shit. I'm just on here running my damn mouth and saying how I feel. And people just take it the way they want to take it. And people more than welcome to come up out here and talk with me about it. Like, right? Sometimes, you know, I make some fun and stuff and joke. You know all that. But when I hit that button, I'm dead ass serious. But it's, I don't know, yo. It's something up. Something up. And there's a lot of money being made. And is that money getting put back into the community? Or are you taking it to Crackerville?
Oh, it's going into all that soy boy stuff for vocab, you know?
A nigga buying goddamn Batman dolls and shit.
Yeah, so he can put it in the background of his videos. I've seen that, and it's a disgrace.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy, yo. But, like, I hope that ain't what it is. But that's what it looking like. That's what it looked like to me. That would like I said, I was a strong supporter of him. Then I just see it start to look at how he moving. Like I'm just like, yo, I'm like, is this serious? Like, is this serious? That you going this hard? Like, why are you going this hard? I can see you do a couple videos, like you have no attachment to this shit. And this nigga up here speaking and shit on stages and shit. Why ain't them niggas speaking out? Why ain't Cherry Love over there right next to you on the goddamn podium? Because she doing the goddamn work. Better than anybody. Anybody I saw, remember Shield Squad, and any of these new motherfuckers is out there. That's out here so-called coke busted. You know, Killer Brief take a couple of breaks. There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers start making videos trying to sound like me and shit. Trying to do what I do, right? And you gotta look at them motherfuckers like, why is you doing this? Some of them never even been a Hebrew Israelite. And a lot of them, they doing this shit because they want to start their own shit. They want you to follow them. Follow them straight to hell. Out of the fire pan, into the fire. But like I said, the black people of America do have the closest comparison to the ancient Israelites. Now call me a liar. Now, well, I don't really agree with that. Well, you know, the scriptures say, I don't hear none of that shit. You see, our ancestors was talking about that shit for as long as we can goddamn remember. We were saying that. And you want to take that? So you want to take that shit away from us? So those slaves that was comparing themselves to the ancient Israelites in bondage in Egypt, so you saying they were just some stupid motherfuckers? That they was wrong for doing that? That they going to hell for doing that? I know the Hebrew Israel's like, now, yeah, Killer B, he might be waking back up. You know, the niggas fell asleep for a minute, but he might be waking back up. Praise to the Most High. Kunya Shalom. Don't think that though. But yeah, man, it's wild, yo. Some wild shit. It's a lot of bullshit, and it is coming so fast. It's coming so fast. It's like I said, yo, when is the media gonna pick up on these Hebrew Israelites? And then it happened, and I'm looking like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? This shit ain't actually happening the way that I thought it was gonna happen, but it went down. I said it and it went down like months later, like a year later. Say when we're in marijuana, I say we're in marijuana. When is America gonna like wake up to this group that is happening and try to change some laws or something to protect the people? And like I said, I don't give a fuck what y'all worship. Y'all can worship a can of SpaghettiOs. Y'all can worship goddamn Ogun. Y'all can worship down there Zarabanda or Buddha, Krishna, or whatever. The great turtle monster, I don't care. As long as that shit making you a good person, you ain't out here fucking with people. Trying to stir people away from their shit. Now, if somebody wants to learn their religion better, yeah. You can show them. You can teach them. You can teach them what you learn. You can show them what you've been studying. Like Sister Cherry, she don't beat my head and my behind in the head like a baseball bat with the scriptures. Sister Cherry be like, I'm still working on you, Killer B. I be like, I know, Sister Cherry. And I love her for that shit. She not out there talking all this craziness and stuff. Trying to, well, I'm gonna knock this down and do all this and shit. Like, she being a Christian. That's what Christ said to do. And I don't see that in a lot of people. I'm not putting her on no pedestal. Because when you put motherfuckers on a pedestal, the motherfuckers will disappoint you quick than a motherfucker. Just like Javon Adams.
Yeah.
Right? Those motherfuckers shame you quick. Like,
they'll jump right off that pedestal.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want people to open their eyes, yo, and question stuff. All that glitter ain't gold. Everybody say that they for you ain't for you. Like Pete said, can't trust it.
That's pretty much the truth. But yeah, it's been good coming on here. Take care, man. I'll see you in the next video.
Yep. Thank you, Nate, for coming on and stuff. I'm gonna go out. Yep, I'm gonna go out with some music and stuff, some old school gospel music. You come this far by faith. Come on, hit that like button, share, subscribe. For your boy Killer B. Listen to the song now. Come this far by faith. Ain't never found me yet. And not learning all these deep scriptures, these deep breakgrounds, or knowing the Greek, or knowing the Hebrew, or knowing the context of this and all this stuff. You heard the song said? That's how far they come. By faith. Just by faith. Let's go. I'm Killer B, the Witch Finder General. Like, share, subscribe to your boy. I'm out.